Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms, looking at the Torodor Nightmare Void Rift, free to play. And this is Phase 1, Stage 1. So without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so first stage, it's a little, I don't know, scorpion looking guy here. Let's look at the guide here. Queen Tarantula. She's melee, physical, common armor. She's pretty standard. It does not really matter. She's just going to be out here. You don't have to actually hit her. So, incubation. She summons incubating insects to attack enemies during the battle. Immune to all CC effects. Doesn't really matter because you don't have to fight her. Yet. Ripper. Melee, physical, heavy armor. Defense and magic resistance is pretty standard. Control immunity. She's immune to CC effects. Or he is, whatever he is. Skeletal giant shielder. High defense. Low magic resistance. Kind of a sign, right? A standard kind of enemy. And then we have the suicide bombers. Defense and magic resist is pretty standard, although I don't think you can actually hit them, so it doesn't really matter. Self-destructs upon approaching an enemy, dealing massive damage to adjacent targets. So I think it's the squares right around them wherever he hits. Protected by Queen Tarantula, the suicide is impervious to attacks. Yep, so you can't hit him. Immune to all CC effects except slow. You can slow him down. Recommended heroes. At 2 defenders, 2 magic damage dealers, and the magic damage dealers are going to help because of the high defense and low magic resistance. You're going to want to have good magic damage dealers in there. AoE is preferable. You're also going to want to bring 2 healers, especially if you're struggling with like the high-end heroes like a Comet or Boreas, which we are going to be going in with just epics. So let's look at the team, and we're actually going to pull Dolores out. She is not used. And I want to say, I'm going to put him up here. Wrath is just there for the lore bonus, although you could build him if you're kind of struggling. You can have a little extra damage, but I would put him in maybe some HP as well. Maybe one of those artifacts on the... Or maybe one of those items on the right side, put him in HP. Now we are running Navras, Greed, Baron, Oleg, and Vortex. And because of this... Doesn't matter which lord you bring. You can bring Dagna just to have the lore bonus to help them to defend themselves. It gives them extra shield, extra attributes. It's always nice. But I would suggest if you can, at least go with an epic. If you have, you know, Elder, Hars, or anybody else, go with them instead. This is going to kind of just help Vortex with his heals. This is going to help Oleg stay alive. And having the lords there is a really big help, even if they're epics. So, now with the gear is pretty intense, and these heroes are all getting awakened to 5. My account, they're all awakened to the max, so it's not really much I can do about it. They are skilled out completely, and they are max leveled. You're going to want to have to do that, right? Navras, I'm going to go with the Soulbound Arcana. You could go with an Angel's Wrath because it's a little more accessible. Gear Raid 219 is easier to get done compared to Gear Raid 319, depending on what kind of heroes you end up pulling. But you are going to have high focus on attack percentage. All attack percentage mains with crit rate and crit damage is the goal. You would want to shoot for attack percentage main, crit rate, crit damage. Attack speed would be your third attribute you're going to shoot for. And on the left side, you're going to be shooting for crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage. High emphasis on attack percentage, even more so than crit rate. Navras is going to be coming with 15.7k attack, right around 320 crit damage, crit capped, 1.5 second attack interval. Now, he's going to be holding a White Tower Trinket. If I had another one maxed out, that's what I'd be using on Greed as well, but Greed is actually going to be using a Gear of Twilight. And Greed is going to have the same kind of gear. He's going to have all attack percentage mains, crit rate, crit damage, focused on attack speed as your third substat, and on the left side, we're looking for crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus. Similar kind of stats, not quite as good because it's a secondary hero. 14.5k attack, 291 crit damage. Now, Greed does have a crit rate boost, and that's kind of nice to have. Greed is given to you as a login reward, and Navras, you can fuse him, so fuse away. And as far as Greed, you might want to use some soul stones on him at some point. For your defenders, they're both going to be built the same, essentially, so I'm going to show you just Oleg's build. It's also very good. Your Nightmare Void Rift, you're going to have to build them really good. If you can't do that, then maybe just take it down to hard, or you could possibly use better heroes. So, Guardian set on the right side, Life Force on the left side, HP percentage, defense percentage as a substat, HP percentage, defense percentage as a substat. You see a going trend here. HP percentage, defense percentage as a substat. Flat HP is great. On the left side, On the weapon, you can look for HP percentage, defense percentage, and then the flat stats. And on the armor, you're looking for HP percentage and defense percentage and a flat stat of defense, whatever you can get. Bastion ring, level 10 is going to work just fine. Level 25 is actually obviously preferable. And Baron is going to be the same thing, except you're going to want to try to shoot for rage regen on the substats. For your healers, Vortex, pretty standard stuff. HP percentage and removal Asclepius with salvation set on the left side, but HP percentage main set on the bangle. Attack speed on the amulet with HP percentage, defense percentage, healing effect, and rage regen, preferable. But just to shoot for attack speed and as much HP percentage as you can get. And on the ring, you're looking for the same kind of thing. HP percentage, attack speed, rage regen. Attack speed is going to be your priority substat on the right side. On the left side, you're looking for the same kind of stats. Attack speed, HP bonus, and healing effect. And the armor, if you can get it, it's only going to be on ancients, but attack speed, HP percentage, and defense. As for the artifact, I have them in Ataya's Balm. Whatever the best artifact you have is what you're going to shoot for. Hollow is the same kind of concept. She is an invig, but you can put her in whatever you can get. Mixed sets work too as well. But I do suggest Whirlwind on the left side, and your primary focus is going to be attack percentage. So it's going to be attack percentage, attack speed with attack bonus on the bottom, and rage regen on the ring. If you don't want to shoot for rage regen, that's fine. Shoot for attack bonus or HE bonus, one of the two. And just make sure that your substats are priority of attack speed. I don't think I really forgot anybody. Nope. Let's go into the fight. Start walking you through it here. Move myself over just a bit. Alright, so I'm going to start off by putting Oleg up on the top here. He is going to start taking hits. We're going to place Vortex back here. The suicide bombers are going to do what they do. Then we're going to put Baron down on the bottom side here. I will slow it down at certain points to show you more about what's going on. We're going to go and put Navras pointing upwards here. When these bombers hit, activate Baron's shield. And now we're going to place Hollow facing backwards on this part here. These center tiles are safe from the falling stones, so it's best to just keep your weaker heroes in the center here. As soon as Greed is ready, we're going to place them right here, pointing down. We're going to activate Hollow, Navras, and that's it for now. If Baron does get in trouble, go ahead and activate his ultimate. It's not a big deal. So when these guys come in, I'm going to activate Vortex to help with the shields. On the bottom side, I'm also going to activate Baron's shield, so he can take these two suicide bombers coming in. And then 2x, wait, do these guys come out? As soon as they get in Navras's range, go ahead and start attacking. He will also hit the guy in the back. It's a very nice skill. Keep an eye mostly on Baron down here. We do not want him to go into unyielding yet, because there is a moment when there's 3 suicide bombs come forward, and that's when you're going to want to activate that unyielding. You want to save it for that, I mean. The falling stones are about to hit. I am going to use Vortex and Baron's shield. Try to keep them alive. Zoom them out a little bit. Put back on 2x for a little bit. Here comes some more suicide bombers. Activating Hollow and Navras to help with the guy up top and these guys down here. Hopefully Baron, he's doing good. A lot of that comes from Hollow's actual extra heals when she's using her ultimate. We're going to activate his shield because he was just about in trouble and the stones are hitting as well. Now obviously you could come in with, a Comet here, and a Boreas here, or, if you have like a better legendary mage, that's what you'd ideally switch it out with here. But the healers are pretty standard. Baron you could swap with any kind of unyielding defender, or even a better, just better defender in general. King Hars, whatever. So we're gonna get Navras going again. I am going to activate Baron just to help out. And we're gonna save Vortex's shield here. As soon as Oleg activates his shield, we're gonna activate his ultimate as well. Even that much tankier. It's not too bad, it's just a time thing, and if you don't have the gear that kind of keeps up with this, it's not really a big issue. You'll most likely have better heroes anyways, so swap those in instead. But the Guardian sets are pretty essential when you go to Nightmare Void Rift. And there you have it. Stage 1, Nightmare Void Rift, free to play, completed. We'll look at the stats quick. Obviously Navras is doing most of the damage. That's a good testament to how good he actually is. I love Navras. Greed's on the bottom, only focused on the bottom side, so he's doing a little less damage. And these guys are all very important, but not really showing in the statistics. And then you just go ahead and collect your rewards, and that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to be covering the whole Nightmare Void Rift as free-to-play accessible as I can, trying to keep Iona and Deimos out as much as possible. But thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.